Athletic.
Yeah, good afternoon, Steve.
Hey, John.
Hey, on film, after you watched the game against the Knicks, what stood out to you most of all?
Well, I mean, I thought offensively, I mean, obviously we shot the ball poorly. We spent a lot of time today just on ball movement, screening, setups. But the stretches of the game when, we were able to be spaced and playing downhill, we did a good job, and I thought defensively, again, except for the fouling, we were good. We played obviously more than well enough defensively to win the game.
Ian Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Cliff, how much of today's practice was just walk-through base versus, being able to be physical with all the games you have coming up, and what were you able to do today?
Yeah, we did. The defensive part was more learning off the film and some teaching. And the offensive part, we did on the floor. So, some breakdowns and then some, 5-on-0, nothing contact.
Shlomo Sprung, Forbes Sport Money. Shlomo, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. Hey, Steve, sorry about that. You guys gave up, the Knicks gave up 75 to Boston on Sunday. So it's not just you guys who were, struggling against the Knicks on offense. What makes them kind of tough defensively?
Well, I mean, extremely disciplined. They protect the paint. They don't give up anything easy. They're locked into taking your strengths away. So, they were doubling the Vooch pick and rolls, which is a big part of our game. And, and they have good size, but, Tom's teams are always hard to play against. And their defense is really good.
Yeah. Thanks for bearing with my absent-mindedness there for a second.
Christos Saltis.
Hello, Coach.
Hello.
I would like to ask you, what would you like to keep from last night's game, and how evaluate Cole Anthony's process so far?
Well, I think that he's getting better and better, and I think it's obvious. Again, I mean, I'm not making excuses for him, and he doesn't make excuses for himself, but it's difficult. I mean, he got drafted probably 9-10 weeks ago, and no summer league. The NBA game is different, and now, instead of being able to, play a role where he can learn the league and get through the league for one time, he's playing against starters, and it's not easy, and I actually think he's handling it very well.
Thank you.
Josh Robbins, The Athletic.
Steve, is there a chance your injured players or sick, any of your players who were not available yesterday could play tomorrow?
I don't see that. I mean, because today was no contact, Evan participated, MCW participated, and Farouk participated, but I think that's more because it was non-contact than they're ready to play, from what I understand.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Steve, kind of looking ahead to tomorrow's game, obviously they're a different team without Carl on the floor for them. But what are some things that you're kind of seeing, maybe some places where you can sort of, look for some offense against them tomorrow night?
Well, we're going to have to be ready for both man-to-man and zone. They've played a lot of zone, and they do a good job with it and switching up defenses. And when we played Cleveland, Cleveland had us on our heels a little bit by doing that. So we did a lot of man-to-man offense today, and then we'll do in the ballroom tomorrow when we walk through, we'll do a lot of zone offense.
Christos Saltis, Sport DNA.
Coach, how big is the motivation in the team about tomorrow's game, bounce back and return to the winning road?
Well, I think that, this is a league where you have to handle both success and disappointment. And the reality is that we're 6-8, and it doesn't matter how we got here. One of the things I mentioned to the guys today was, what if we would have started 2-4 and we'd won 4 of our last 8? It doesn't matter. We're 6-8. If the season ended today, we'd be tied for 9th, and we're half a game out of 5th. So we have everything to play for. But the biggest factor is, figuring out a way to sustain consistent play at both ends of the floor and on the glass.
Thank you.
Roy Perry, Orlando Sentinel.
Steve, I know we've kind of talked about this a little bit before, but you're on another road trip now, and this is a longer one for you guys. Since the new protocols have been put in place, how do you feel like the guys are responding to those? And what do you see are maybe some challenges, for the guys?
I think the guys have a great understanding of why the league is doing it. I think the league does everything with the health of the players in mind. And I think they also explain things to the players in a way that the players understand that. So, it's a lot. We're all getting tested twice a day, but they can't leave the hotel now. So they're more, they just don't have the freedom that they had before. But I think they also understand why. And again, our league is, we have great leadership. We're super organized, and everything is done with the health of our players in mind.
Go ahead, Roy.
Thanks, Trish. Steve, obviously these guys have been through this, the travel before and the rigors of a season. Do you find yourself having to check in with them a little bit more just to make sure they're doing okay?
No, I try to talk to guys every day. We have, I think our guys here have a very good support system, and is a fine line, Roy. To me, one of the things about dealing with pro players is they value their time. And so my experiences over the years have been that it's better to take advantage of the 2 hours that we have here in the afternoon versus, checking in with them at night and things like that.
Dan Savage, OrlandoMagic.com.
Cliff, with guys like Cole and even Aaron, who's picking up a different type of role, how do you balance the patience of them learning a new position or picking up a bigger role with expediting improvement and the mounting number of games, quick schedule, all that stuff?
Yeah, that's the difficult challenge, and finding ways, to be honest, Dan, of how are we going to get better? I talked to them about that again today. Our team, for these 2 years, one of the things I think they've taken pride in, and I've felt good about, is we've always gotten better as the year went on. And, even though even during the course of a regular season, you don't practice the way that we used to practice a few years ago, but you practiced. And, now today, we could have come in here and bang today and stuff, and then we'd never win tomorrow night. The schedule is so condensed, and, guys are already worn down a little bit, that you have to be smart about things. And you want the right intensity and the right concentration for the games, and that's our goal.
Okay, we have time just for a couple more. Josh Cohen, OrlandoMagic.com.
Hey, Coach, do you feel that Aaron has elevated his defensive game this year compared to the past 2 years?
I think he's been – I can't imagine there are many guys in our league that have played better defensively than Aaron Gordon has to this point. I told the guys that today. You read my mind. I get notes from the coaches after every game on, different things that they see. And it's funny, last night, 2 of them just spoke about his defense has been incredible. He's guarded smaller guys, bigger guys, and just, all of it. The team defense, his individual defense, and, it's been fun to watch.
Any final questions for Coach? Okay, I think we're good. Thank you so much, Cliff.